ado, first off, let me start off by saying, if it does not apply, you don't have to reply, let it fly. However, if you get so offended by the explanation or the narratives that I am speaking upon, if it upsets you that much that you just really want to cuss me out, please make sure you leave your comment below. And depending on what you say, if you talk like an intelligent woman, I may leave it there. But if you bring your ratchet energy, I will remove that comment. So nevertheless, the choice is yours, whatever you choose to do. Moving right along, I thought it was imperative that I spoke upon this because I have heard many single mothers make this statement. And I know when it comes to the word deadbeat, there's a lot of women that throw that word around like it's hot sauce out of cookout, because this is a word used and a lot of women aren't using it for the right reasons. But nevertheless, this is the term deadbeat that a lot of women have become so accustomed to using, especially when they can't get the father of their child to do exactly what they want them to do. So nevertheless, the words that I hear, the statements that I hear all the time that a lot of single mothers make, and again, this isn't all single mothers. If it does not apply, let it fly. But the majority of these single mothers are always stating, well, he shouldn't be having kids if he can't afford to take care of them. Why is he going around having these kids when he know he can't financially take care of his children? We all have heard it. We all have heard a sister say it. We all have heard an aunt. We all have heard a cousin. It's always a woman that is implying that a man should not be having children if he cannot afford to take care of those children. The problem with this is nothing wrong with the fact that a woman is stating that a man should be responsible and should take care of his children. I agree with that. However, the part that a lot of these women are overlooking is just because you can have children, it does not mean you can financially take care of your children as well. And I find it's very ironic that many women tend to roll past that narrative, but they only want to push the narrative that men should not be producing children they cannot take care of. Now, the next point I wanted to address is the reason it is so easy for women to state that a man should not be producing children if he cannot financially contribute towards those kids. I find it ironic that the same women who state this are women who are getting governmental assistance. Now, it is easy to go around here, bash, bully, and degrade men who are failing at their responsibilities as fathers. And even though many of them are, and I agree with that, I find it very ironic that you have these same women that are attacking and putting down men who cannot financially afford to take care of their children, when truth be told is you as a mother, you cannot financially provide for your children either. And had it not been for governmental housing, food stamps, child support, WIC, any governmental assistance, we could even give a pass with the child support, because child support, that means the father is doing his share. But all of this other governmental assistance, these governmental programs, they are the reason why you are able to take care of your children. Now, if you're one of those mothers who aren't getting any governmental assistance, you're not getting any other financial assistance, and you're doing it specifically raw, no condom, on your own, then this message is not for you. But for the ones who are living in governmental housing, getting food stamps, getting WIC, getting utility vouchers to pay for their lights, to pay for their waters, you already know who you are. It's easy for you to put down men who aren't taking care of their children because you are getting help. And the government is specifically only looking out for women that are in the struggle for taking care of their children. They're not looking out for men who are in the struggle of taking care of their children. So women can easily always give themselves a pass. And I fault sisters, but what I do fault really is the government. They're the reasons why y'all have this attitude as to men being deadbeats, because they have enabled y'all. And I get it. Some people need it. And I get it. Every woman that's getting it is not taking advantage of the system. They're using it as a stepping stone till they better themselves. And that's it. But for those of you who are walking around here proud and honorary, got so much to say about your baby daddy's a deadbeat, he's not a real man, take away your housing, take away your government assistance, go out here and have to fend for work raw like these men out here. Who do you see standing in the welfare lines? Who do you see standing in the WIC voucher lines? Who do you see standing outside the public assistance lines when they're giving out utility vouchers for light bill, water bill? Or if you do see men standing outside those lines, guess what? They are with women like you, who's taking in these other men that's not your baby daddies, while these other men get to benefit off the luxury of your governmental assistance. These same women that are going around judging men, calling them deadbeats, calling them losers, calling them incels, you are the same ones that are moving other incels into your Section 8 house. You are the main ones that are moving these incels into your governmental housing, which is known as the projects. And you have your incel male boyfriend standing in line with you while you're trying to sign up to get governmental assistance or a utility check. It's okay for the label men deadbeats because they're not financially contributing to the child, but y'all don't have a problem with taking in these deadbeat dudes who ain't your baby daddy. And these same dudes are pushing it up in y'all head. You need to make him pay more child support. You need to make him come out his pocket more. These are men who are living off of you while you're getting governmental assistance. They don't have a job. They ain't contributing. But these are grown men who are deadbeat boyfriends that are telling you how you need to take your baby daddy, take him up for more money. You have men that are really just that weak that they will push, they unemployed, they not working, they will contribute. They will motivate a woman to be evil and conniving and to try to take a baby daddy for all he got. Even for the baby daddies who are trying, those who are stepping up, there's always these females that will let these male incels boost them up and trigger them to get more money out these dudes. And while y'all thinking your bum ass boyfriends, your builder bums, are encouraging you to do something for the betterment of you, or he's encouraging you to go after more money from this man because he cares about you. No, sis, he doesn't care about you. He is trying to make sure that money keeps coming in the bank. That way he can keep freeloading and living off of you. A lot of these bum dudes, these builder bums, they're telling you you need to go get more money because they don't want to have to step up. They are telling you to ask for a modification and get increase on child support because the builder bum does not want to step up. He knows that if he wants to live off of you and your children for free, he has to motivate you and convince you to go and demand more money through child support to modify the child support order for an increase. That way he can get over not doing his part as a man. And why you think you winning? Because you are getting extra money, letting Mr. Build-A-Bum pump you up and talk you into doing it. What's happening is, even though you're benefiting from the baby daddy, but at the same time, you're losing. It's like putting water in a bucket with a hole in it. No matter how much you're getting, you're losing just as much as you're getting. Because think about it. You got this grown man that's living off of you. He's using your toilet tissue. He's eating off of your children's food stamps. The lights and the water that he's enjoying in your governmental house, each and every adult, the more people that use lights and water, the bill goes up. So while you're thinking you're getting over by getting those extra $600-700 a month from the supposedly the deadbeat baby daddy who you feel is never doing enough, it's not the deadbeat daddy that's the problem. It's the deadbeat dude. It's the builder bum who you got sleeping next to you every night, snoring next to you every night, laying there peacefully while you get up every morning to put on your work uniform. And if you are a sister that's laying next to a builder bum right now as we speak, let me tell you who you're really mad at, sis. It ain't the deadbeat baby daddy. It's not the man who's trying to do something better than nothing. I'm going to tell you who you're really angry at. It's displaced anger. You are mad at that deadbeat baby daddy who's laying next to you, who's not caring about your struggle, who's not caring about all of the strategies and methods you have to use in order to keep things flowing financially in your household. You got this man laying beside you, chilling in your house because, again, you lonely. And you, in some cases, some women try to spitefully get other men right away because you want to prove a point to your deadbeat baby daddy. And even if it means getting a builder bum, a male incel, or Pookie or Ray Ray, a lot of y'all are so triggered, y'all will do it. You have women that are in relationships with Pookies just to prove a point. They miserable with these men. They don't want these men living off of them, living off their kids. They want to get rid of them, but at the same time, it's that image. They don't want their baby daddy to think they can't do better than them, that they lonely and don't have nobody. You have a lot of women that are miserable in households because they're trying to prove a point to somebody. And in most cases, it's supposedly the deadbeat daddy that they're trying to prove a point to. Well, if he's such a deadbeat, why are you trying to prove a point to him? Why are you willing to have a builder bum move in your governmental housing just so you can prove to your deadbeat baby daddy that you got somebody? And then some of you go so far, y'all will lie to make these men look good. Oh, he takes care of Pookie. He takes care of my kids. He makes the kids their sandwiches when they come in from school. He picks the kids up. Well, I guess he will make sandwiches because he's making it off of your EPT card. Well, I guess he don't have a problem picking them up because he's picking them up in your car. The irony of how you have so many women, and again, if it doesn't apply, you ain't got to reply. You have so many women that are making deadbeat decisions, but they want to keep calling out the deadbeat baby daddy. But you know what? Women, let me tell y'all issue. The reason it's so easy for y'all to attack and consistently criticize the father of your children is because y'all are the ones who have the children the majority of the time. And I will say that in many cases it's like that because you might do have a deadbeat baby daddy who never wants to get the kids or whatever. But truth be told, most of the time, mothers, we are the ones who predominantly have the children most of the time in our care. And this is whether you're married, not married, or not. So even if you are a deadbeat mother, it's not going to seem as evident because people are looking at the fact that you have your children. Now, truth be told, it's a lot of deadbeat mothers around here who have their kids and they think because they have primary custody of their children that it automatically makes them a good mother. But let me be the one to let it be known that all women who have children does not mean that they are good mothers. It does not mean that they are handling their business. You know how many women got their kids and their kids are sleeping on a box frame while she has a $800-900 sectional sofa? You know how many single mothers got pretty 2022 Toyota Camrys parked in front of their Section 8 housing, but their kids barely got decent clothes in their closet? You know how many mothers out here have they hair and nails done, these deadbeat mothers, but their children aren't getting all the adequate checkups, going to the doctor regularly? You got some women that's so pathetic, these deadbeat mothers that's so pathetic, they won't even take 2 minutes out of their time just to grease their child's scalp so their scalp ain't so dry. I can't even tell you how many places I went seeing these mothers with 3-4 kids and no baby daddy there, or either deadbeat builder bum dude with them. and they hair and they scalp is as dry as a box of day-old vanilla wafers. How y'all let y'all children walk around here with canker sores in their scalp because you too lazy to grease their scalp, condition their hair, and wash their hair? But you'll be the main one. Oh, my baby daddy, he deadbeat. Well, let me tell you, a lot of you something. It's a lot of y'all that are deadbeat ass mothers. Yes, I said it, deadbeat. You think because the government gives you a pass and the government is giving you assistance, they're giving you this sense of entitlement that you're not doing anything wrong. And this is the reason why there's so many men out here who got anger issues and hostility towards women, because they know that a lot of us are living reckless, that if they are just as irresponsible, if not more, and the government keeps giving them a pass. Men are not allowed to get a pass. They mess up or do something stupid, the government is going to come down on them. The government, if they're not paying their child support, they're going to take their license. They're going to report to their job that they need to deduct a certain amount. Men are consistently going to be penalized for their poor choices. The problem is you have a lot of women that are getting away with murder. And again, if it doesn't apply, you ain't got to reply. But you got these deadbeat mothers that are getting away with murder because the system is not designed to correct women that are making poor decisions as single mothers. The system is not designed to structure women on how to be better parents. What the system does, it rewards deadbeat mothers for poor choices. You can have 7 kids. And guess what? The government is not going to ask you any questions. The government is not going to say, you know what, you done been to us, this your 6th, 7th time. We have given you stamps. We have given you governmental. We're going to have to cut you off from here. We're going to have to draw a line. There is no line. But if a man goes out there and mess up, they're going to give him plenty of lines. They're going to take away his privilege of license to drive. His license is going to be suspended. They're going to deduct money out his check before he even see it. Like I said, some women got to do that because, again, there are some deadbeat dudes. But let's face it, it's a lot of these bras out here that are taking advantage of the system. And the main ones that are doing it are the ones that aren't doing what even they're supposed to do. So it's easy for you to call somebody else out and say that they're deadbeats. I guess would the tables be different if men, every time they got y'all pregnant, they can go and stand in a line and say, oh, you know what? I got my baby mama pregnant. I need a check. Yeah, I got a 5th child on the way. And this would be my 4th baby mama or whatever. I need an increase in food stamps. Imagine how the tables would turn. Imagine if the tables would turn every time a dude got you pregnant, you was the one that got your license suspended. Imagine every time a dude got you pregnant, you get your check from your job, child support is already deducted. Imagine if the system made women answer the way they made men answer. I guarantee if that were the case, women would do things much differently. Anytime you reward somebody for reckless behavior, bad behavior, all it does is it manifests. And they never learn from it. It becomes a rinse and wash cycle. It's like a circle over and over again. And that's why I'm over the deadbeat baby daddy sob story shenanigans. Because I've heard it too many times. No matter how much you roll over and cry like Rover, at the end of the day, you know you're getting help. You know you're getting support. Even if you don't have somebody keeping your kids or whatever, hell, government assistance got to where you can go and get a child care provider. If you get on the waiting list and you work a certain amount of hours, you can qualify to put your child in child care assistance. You get a child care voucher where you're not even paying a regular amount for child care like women who work straight up raw with no governmental assistance got to pay. A woman who ain't getting governmental assistance, she may have to pay, what, $550 a month? Hell, I think it's every week. I don't know. I ain't had a child in 30 years compared to a person that's getting a voucher. The voucher gives them $300. So that person may only be paying $200 a month. This is just hypothetically speaking. It's probably way more expensive than that. But this is what I'm saying. So, as far as putting these dudes in check and stating that they don't need to be having kids if they cannot afford to financially take care of them, if they cannot afford to financially contribute. Just because you can produce a child, it does not mean you are any more financially capable than the man who can't carry the child in for 9 months. You're no more capable than he is. You're no more in a better position than he is to keep having children. The reason it keeps getting misconstrued and a lot of women don't see nothing wrong with it is because, for one, you're the one that's carrying that child for 9 months. So automatically that gives you a sense of entitlement. And for two, you got the government. The government has a lot of women's back. Now, if you was to turn the tables around and every time you got pregnant, the government will penalize or take something from you, deduct something out your check, I guarantee you, you will see things way more differently than what you see it now. It is so easy to call somebody else out. It's kind of like, for instance, an analogy I can give, it's kind of like you have the rich kid and you got the poor kid. Both of them have committed a felony. Let's say both of them shoplifted an item from out the mall and the item was $500. Any item that's $500 or more is a felony when you steal that item. Let's say they both stole a watch. Just give an example. Both of them, the rich kid and the poor kid, they both stole a $500 watch. The rich kid has rich parents that can bail him out. So in his mind, he don't really feel like he's done anything wrong because he didn't have to live with his decision. He didn't have to endure it. He didn't have to endure the consequence. He didn't have to feel the consequence of his actions because he has a mother. He has rich parents that paid for his bad decision. As for the poor kid, he's going to feel more of the wrath of stealing that $500 watch because nobody's going to bail him out. So guess what? The poor kid, he's going to have to go to jail. He's going to have to do time because he don't have rich parents to bail him out. So for him, he got to live with his poor decisions. And that is the way the government works. Same thing. The government has been bailing a lot of you sisters out. And it ain't just sisters. We also know there's some white queens. Yes, we know there's some trailer park queens that are also getting governmental assistance. So with that being said, y'all have y'all bail's bondsmen. Y'all have the government to bond y'all out of y'all poor decisions. That's why y'all don't think y'all wrong for getting knocked up by multiple dudes and having multiple children for multiple men. Y'all see nothing wrong with it because the government is your rich parents. The government is your bail's bondsman. They bail y'all out no matter how many poor choices you make. And you wonder why there's so much hostility towards us in many cases because, truth be told, that it's men, they don't have that luxury of being able to get away and get over like we do. And this message is not to push the narrative for men to continue to be irresponsible as fathers. You got children, take care of it. This message is not to be used as a narrative to prove that all single mothers are grimy and all for themselves, because that's not the case. But what this whole overall narrative is, if you know you are not doing what you're supposed to do as a single mother, don't be calling out these men because you're no better than the deadbeat dudes that you had your deadbeat child from. Thank you. Case closed. Moving on. It is your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed. Take care.